looking through his chart of how many ear infections he's had recently, and I noticed that you had checked the box that someone smoking in the home. So I was wondering if you could tell me a little more about that. Well, it's just me and him, and I do smoke. I try really hard not to smoke around him. I've been smoking for 10 years except when I was pregnant with him, but everything is so stressful, being a single mom and my having a full-time job. And so that's why I started smoking again, and a lot of things going on in smoking, cinema way to relax and distress. Yes. Yeah, some people have glass wine of cigarettes. It sounds like you're trying not to smoke around him. Why do you make that decision? I know it's not good for him. I mean, I've read those things about your infections and asthma and stuff, but other kids have ear infections in their parents don't smoke. So, on the one hand, worried about how you're smoking might be affecting him, and on the other hand, you're not so sure if it's really the smoking that's causing these problems, right? Yeah? I mean, he doesn't have asthma. Yeah? He hasn't had a lot of other problems that his other friends have. And I've thought about quitting before in the past, but I just don't see how it's possible right now. What made you decide to quit smoking when you were pregnant? Well, he was inside me and we were sharing everything, and I knew that he would get some of that, and I just didn't think I could live with myself. If something happened to him right now, it feels almost too difficult to even manage or even to try. Yeah, exactly. How are you successful when you quit before? I don't know, I think about now. I don't even know how I did it. I just did it. You know, I just couldn't imagine like him not being born or going into labor early and him having problems and stuff like that. All the stuff that they talked about with women who smoke, so I thought that was just enough to say, okay, you know what? I'm not going to risk that. The risks were so scary, then that you're able to stop. Yeah, they don't feel as scary to you. No, I mean we're two separate people, and like I said, I try really hard not to smoke around him. I'm pretty good about that. I don't let other people smoke around him. So I know you're doing the best you can do. Yes, cut it, but it sounds to me part of you really does want to quit. Yeah? I know that I need to, and keep every new year. Say okay, this year I'm going to quit smoking, but then something happens and it just doesn't work on your to-do list, is just not making it to the top. Yeah, if you did decide to quit on a scale of 1 to 10 where 1 is not at all confident, you don't think you could do it, and tended to feel pretty certain that you could. Where do you think you fall right now? Probably like a 5. I've kind of in that I'm sure area. Like I know I've done it before, so I know I can do it, but at the same time it just seems really hard, and it's on the same situation. Well, what made you say 5 rather than 2 or 3? I know all the ways. It's bad for me, and I don't want him to grow up thinking that it's okay to smoke. I don't want him to use any kind of, I don't want to chew or anything like that. So I know I need to, especially before he gets old enough to understand what mom is doing, but I just don't know if I can do it. So it sounds like you have a lot of reasons why you'd like to quit. You have been successful quitting in the past. And right now you're just feeling a little bit hesitant about your ability to do it. Yeah? Where do you think we should go from here? I don't know. I'd like some help. I just don't know what kind of help I need. Sure. Well, if you'd be interested, that's something I can definitely talk to you about. There are a lot of new options that can actually help people be way more successful in their attempt at quitting. There's different medications you can try. I don't like okay. There's also a lot of support groups and classes that you can take where you have other people to go through it with you, and sometimes just having that support can be a big part of it, especially for people like you, or smoking is such a stress reliever. That sounds nice, but I'm not sure if I have the time for all that. Sure. It feels like something that would take a lot of time and maybe not fit into your life. I wonder if we could talk about some options that might your life. That would be really nice. Okay. Well, if you're willing, then we could set up another appointment where you could come in and we could talk more about that. I would like that. That would be great. Great.